If you have not heard about eBay automation, I don't know what you guys are doing. If you're somebody that has been selling on eBay, or if you're somebody that wants to sell on eBay, I'm the perfect guy for you. And also eBay automation is. So eBay automation is where we list, ship, and provide products for you. It is a service where you are actually putting your eBay on autopilot. Now, this is not a video where I'm going to just go and explain a whole bunch of things about eBay automation and how you get an assistant and also how much the assistant costs. So, well, I ain't gonna lie, I am. The assistant costs $50. The products are $200, so it's $250 every single week. $200 goes towards the products, $50 goes towards the assistant. They list, ship, and provide the products for you, so you don't have to go to the post office. But that's not what this video is about. This video is going to be me answering questions from you guys. Okay, I have taken the time to actually compose 10 questions of 10 of the top same questions that have been in the comments, and also that people have asked me during calls. The reason I want to answer these questions is because if these spectacular individuals had these questions, and shout out to all of you guys may not know the answer. Now, if you guys wanted to get eBay automation and you guys needed any more assistance or any help, you guys can always text 445-500-9600. Okay, now you text that number, we can set you up with eBay automation, and we also can help answer any questions if they are able to be answered via text. Okay, now I want to first go over the first question, and this is a question that is asked of me all the time. I sort of kind of already recapped it, but I'm going to do it again. What is eBay automation exactly? Now, that is a question I get a lot from people, even after they watch the videos. And to be quite frank, if I was to answer that question to somebody on the street, I would just honestly say it is you not having to do all of the hard work for your eBay. It is you actually scaling your eBay without having to actually do all the legwork, and also it is you being able to sell products without having to have them, but also owning them. See, the difference is the $200 that goes towards the products is the $200 that literally is going to still solidify the inventory that you will have. Now, we'll talk about this a little bit further down in another question, but basically what I'm saying is the products that you actually are getting for the $200 are always going to be yours, no matter if they sell or don't. Okay, so you'll be able to actually have products no matter what. This service is guaranteeing you inventory, okay, for as long as you have it. Now, if you don't sell anything towards the end of the video, the last question literally is, what if nothing sells? I will answer that question, and it is a really unique answer, and it's something that a lot of people don't know, so definitely stay tuned. All right, so the second question is, do we answer customers? So if you don't know, you will have an assistant, and the assistant is going to be the person that is going to be working on your account. Now, the person is asking, do we answer the customers or do they? Now, are you going to actually answer the customers when they have questions or when they want to negotiate, or will your assistant? Now, this all depends, because if you give your assistant the authority and you give them the permission to actually act as if they are you via your platform, they will answer the questions for the customer, but they will not answer questions for customers about sensitive information, such as, hey, I want to return this product. Is your address such and such, right? We cannot answer that. You would have to answer that. Now, that's important, because in this little question about do we answer, I also want to throw in, if you ever have any type of returns, which eBay is the king of returns, because eBay always sides with the buyer. If you have any returns at any point in time, the product will always come back to you. You literally will always own all of your products and assets, okay? Now, next question is there a limit to list when starting on eBay? So this is a really unique question, and this question is about basically when you start your eBay account, is there a limit? Because there used to be 10 to where you won't be able to have the service, because I just created an eBay and they only will let you list 10 products, Brandon. So you can't necessarily list 14 or 16 or even 30. Well, eBay has actually relaxed off that policy, as they are competing with platforms like Amazon, and they allow you to list multiple products, right? So there's no issue with any limits. eBay used to have those limits where you would have to call to actually ask for an increase, but they no longer have that, so have no fear. All right, so you don't have to worry about that. You're good. We'll be able to list the products for you. The fourth one is a really good one. How do you handle chargebacks? So we won't consider these chargebacks. Chargebacks are a little bit different. you don't really experience chargebacks necessarily with eBay, but you will experience returns. You'll experience people that may say they didn't get it. Now, how do we handle that? So if somebody was to say, hey, I'm not satisfied with this product, or if they have buyer remorse, which happens often when you're doing a large volume of sales, you will be able to actually approve it, or your assistant will approve it. We don't fight, but we will raise concern with eBay. So we won't make the customer uncomfortable, but we will do our due diligence through eBay to make sure that this is a legitimate claim. Prime example, you'll have some people that may order a product, take the product out the box and say they never got it. You have some people that say, hey, it never got to me, and it did. You have a lot of people that will try to finesse the system. That's just the world we live in, right? So what we do is we make sure that we contact eBay, we open a case, we make sure that we do all of our due diligence, we do everything we can to make sure we fight the case, and we make sure we win. If we don't, the product is returned, we accept the return, and you get the product, okay? That is how we handle those cases. Now, when it comes to any type of chargeback, we have less than 10%. We do not, I repeat, we do not accept chargebacks. It's not something that we're just like, oh, okay, if it happens, it happens. No, right? We all have a metric, and the metric is less than 10% of chargebacks per account. So you guys are happy, and you, of course, make your revenue. Okay, now with this being said, I got to include something else that just came to my mind, and it is, do you keep 100% of the profit? The answer is yes. So whatever is in your dashboard, that is your money. We don't take any profit from you. So no matter what you make from your eBay, you keep 100% of that profit. All right. The next question is, what is the product quality? So from my understanding, there are no services like this service, okay? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or trying to brag or anything, but this is a service that isn't offered frequently or at all. But what I have heard is that there are people that are sending products to people, sort of kind of like a drop shipping thing, but it's low quality. And we're not that. We don't ever send low quality. I wouldn't send anything to a customer that I wouldn't use myself, especially when it comes to quality wise, because if you send a customer bad quality products, obviously they're going to want to return. We don't want to have that happen, because if I'm being quite frank, we want to keep you as a client. So we wouldn't sell low quality products to anybody to then have you get a chargeback and then have you feeling any type of way. Our main motive is for you to develop a relationship with us as a company, to get rid of that assistant, and for us to act as your distributors for products. Let's make that clear. This service is 100% about the products. We want to make sure that you're comfortable, you see that it works, and then we can work together with wesply.com for us to provide you a consistent stream of products, okay? I make that very clear with anybody and everyone I talk to, that I am 100% focused on building my wholesale business, okay? My wholesale company is WESPLY. You can find it at wesply.com. It stands for We Supply, and it is me supplying products from the United States of America to resellers all around, okay? That is the main goal. Okay, number 6, can we do eBay and Mercari all at once? So if you don't know, we do eBay automation and Mercari automation, and the question was, can we do both at the same time? Absolutely. All right, now again, it would cost you $500, because $250 is for the assistant to work on eBay, and $250 is for the assistant to work on Mercari. Now there are other packages, okay? I have a $550 package, and I also have higher packages. Now these packages that you see online, you can actually contact us to get on those programs. The reason you can't just purchase it, and if you do see the option, then usually you can, and it's open for enrollment, because we have already a certain amount of individuals that are on these programs, and these are high tier clients. These are high demand products. It's a lot of work. So we don't just accept a bunch of people and then overwork ourselves. This is something where we like to be intimate with our clients to ensure that you're getting the results that you're promised, okay? The next one is, my account was banned, can I still do it? So if your account is banned, yes, you can still do it. And not even just that, it actually is awesome, because once you sign up and once you start, you get a call with me, and we have a one-on-one call. That is the first step with any eBay automation or Mercari automation, is we have a call. I want to know your why. I want to know about your family. I want to know about your wife or your husband. I want to know about what your family dynamic is, because it is important when it goes into your business relationships. And it is important when it goes into, hey, how much time do you have to answer customers? How much time do you have to list products? Because our main goal is to step out of your way so you don't need us, right? We're just here temporarily to help you and assist you. But don't ever forget it or get it twisted. We want you to be able to operate and stand without us. So we're here to help you at any point in time. Now, if you are banned, that one-on-one conversation that me and you have when you first start, I will walk you through how to set up the eBay with the business method, okay? So you can actually start your eBay that way, okay? Now, you'll need an LLC, you'll need an EIN, and you also will need to use another address, obviously, but that is all things we will talk about on that call. And we have one weekly call, which I'm getting ahead of myself because that is literally one of the next questions. So I'm going to stop right there. The next question is, do I need a personal or a business eBay account? You can have either, okay? You can have a personal account or a business eBay account. A business eBay account will help you hide behind an LLC. A lot of people forget or maybe don't know, an LLC is meant for you to hide behind. If you are a sole proprietor and you're somebody that has a sole proprietor business entity, you cannot afford to mess up, because what ends up happening is if you do something wrong or if you're being sued directly personally. If you have an LLC, you can hide behind that EIN, and that EIN takes the fall, okay? That's why I tell people, make sure that you get a business, just because if you do get banned, you want that business to get banned instead of you getting banned, okay? That is just my, that's just my, why is this word just slipping? It's my advice. That's just what I advise you guys to do, but you don't have to. All right. The next question is, do we have video or phone calls throughout the weeks of the service? So you pay $250 every single week, and you get one call every single week with me teaching you whatever you want to learn about your business. So what we like to do is have you inspect what you expect. So if you're expecting to make 1,000 plus every single week, you need to learn how to find how to do SEO, search engine optimization. You also need to be able to find out how to list products, how to source them, and also how to do product research. A lot of people don't know how to do that. They look for extensions and shortcuts. We teach you how to do it organically so that you can do this and always have control of your business. And lastly, what if nothing sells? Now, what if nothing sells from your whole automation service? This has been a question that I have thought about personally in my head, because as I develop my services, and this is why I don't have a lot of digital products, because when I look at it as a consumer, a digital product is not going to teach me how to make money selling a physical product, right? Like, I can read a billion ebooks, but those ebooks may be generated by ChatGPT. They may not necessarily be me. They may not necessarily give you the tips that you may want, or I could write it myself, sit down for an hour and a half and really brainstorm different tips and tricks. But the problem would be is, who are you going to ask those questions to after you have that guide, or you have that ebook, or you have that digital product, right? It's hard. And when I think about my products, I try to think about the negatives. I criticize myself a lot as a human being, as an entrepreneur, as a person in general. I'm very critical of who I am, what I am, and why I am the way I am. So I thought about this service and said, well, Brandon, what if it just doesn't sell? What happens to the customer? What happens to the money? What happens to the system? What happens? Now, everybody is held accountable. But one thing I will say is, the beautiful thing is, you aren't. You, if nothing sells, will be getting a reseller's kit full of the $200 worth of products that you purchased. So again, no matter what, you still walk away with assets. And if you proceed and want to do the service another week, you'll get another box if nothing sells. No matter what, you'll still be getting something. Your money just does not go into the thin air. And that's important for this service, because this service is something that people rely on to be able to build income and build wealth, and also to be able to start a trend of generational wealth. And to be completely honest with you guys, I don't have any time for anybody to come into any of my services and leave the same. I want people to leave motivated. I want people to leave stronger and leave wiser, and also leave with something, right? Tangible, so that they can go out in the real world and make the money on their own, whether it's a flea market or even online. All right, guys. So those are the questions that I was sent for eBay and Mercari automation. You can get our store automation services at hustlethaughtme.com. You go to the menu, hit the Hire Us tab, go to Store Automations, and then you can scroll down and see eBay automation or Mercari automation. I hope to see you guys soon. And also, if you have any questions, or if you guys want to get started and you need any assistance getting started, if you want to go on one of the higher tier plans, you can go ahead and text 445-500-9600 and just type automation, and we will get back with you and we will work on making sure we help you make money work for you. Thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you guys at the top because it's way too crowded at the bottom. Peace.